and the females being pushed to a level of a male performer, you can leave your opinion here on our YouTube video. How you get a hold of HEW Entertainment Variety Radio through the social networks or by shooting us an email, hewwrestling@hotmail.com. You can find us on MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment Radio, Facebook.com by typing in my name, Jonathan Clarke, and our YouTube channel name is Jonathan Clarke 22 when you're on YouTube.com. You can leave your opinion in our YouTube videos or in our radio form, and it's something that is an issue that deserves to be raised, just as anything does when it comes to professional wrestling, and I thought I would talk about it here for this week's installment of HEW Entertainment Radio. You can also send us your opinion through an email, hewwrestling@hotmail.com, if you have an opinion or something that you would like to be heard when it comes to Layla's injury, diva injuries which we have seen in the past, and how significantly noticeable it is that the females are ending up on the injured reserve list just as much as the males. And I think it is something that needs to be talked about. It needs to be raised. I know a lot of radio show hosts and columnists and people who post news on wrestling news sources on the internet don't raise this issue because they spend the majority of their time talking about something like NXT or talking about a big pay-per-view main event. But it's not something you're going to hear from me, and it's not something that you're going to see be overshadowed. The fact that female competitors are being hurt just as much as the males. It's an issue that I think more radio show hosts and columnists and journalists should talk about and document just as much as you have about NXT. If you can spend over half a year on your radio program talking about the evolution of NXT and the development of that product, you can talk about the evolution and development of the Divas. I think that Divas wrestling, I've said this time and time again, is something that doesn't be given a significant amount of attention. It is something that is being overshadowed and overlooked and made a mockery of by people like Michael Cole. Not only Michael Cole, but radio show hosts, journalists, and columnists are, overlooking it. It is something that I raise quite often for In This Corner with Jonathan Clarke, our column that is exclusive to this website and can be downloaded off it. It is something that I raise time and time again on this radio program and devote a certain portion of my time here on air each week talking about if I find that it is an issue that deserves some form of attention. It's something that I read about or something I heard or something that I disagree with or agree with, I'll talk about, because I believe the Divas division, both in WWE and TNA, in TNA's case, TNA Knockouts division, it is something that deserves some form of correction and something that deserves to be talked about. So if you feel you have an opinion on the Divas division and the evolution of it, send it to us. And on that note, I'd like to wish Layla all the best in the recuperation and rehab process that she's going to be undergoing following her injury that came at the hands of her program working with Michelle McCool at the recent Extreme Rules pay-per-view. It is going to take several weeks before we see Layla become an in-ring competitor on her own again, but it is something that I'm going to be interested in checking out, because seeing Layla go it on her own and be an in-ring competitor without Michelle McCool to back her is going to be something that deserves some form of detailed looking at and reviewing. It's going to be interesting to see, because we really haven't seen Layla do it on her own. In the past, we have seen her work with Extreme Expose, work in programs with Kelly, work in programs with Michelle McCool. But the point is, there was always somebody there to back Layla up and help carry her. Now, for the first time since she's won the Diva Search 5 years ago, we're seeing her do it on her own, and it's going to be interesting to see how she goes about doing it. But I wish Layla all the best in the recuperation and rehab process which she's currently undergoing right now, and we will document and follow up on this story for you in a future audio commentary. So you can get a hold of us on YouTube, MySpace, and Facebook. Those are some of the ways you can reach HEW Entertainment Radio and let your opinion be heard on, in this case, Layla's injury. And on that note, I guess that does it for this week's installment of HEW Entertainment Variety Radio, where I once again raised a issue involving the WWE Divas division, something that I think is constantly overshadowed and overlooked by radio show hosts, columnists, and journalists. But if you have an opinion, you can let it be heard. And on that note, I guess that does it for this week's installment of the program. Download our archives once you sign up for our radio forum. and let your opinion be heard on anything we have raised over the last several weeks as it pertains to HEW Entertainment Variety Radio. I'm Jonathan Clarke saying keep enjoying wrestling, everyone, and we will see you next week when I once again raise the issue of something going on in the professional wrestling industry, which is never evolving sport, where there's always going to be something to talk about. Keep enjoying wrestling, and we'll check in with you next week. I'm Jonathan Clarke.
Hey, you there! You want to see us do stuff you can't see anywhere else? Do ya? I think they do. Then go online to iCarly.com. Yeah, go to iCarly.com. Once you get to iCarly.com, you can see me and Carly and Freddie and Spencer do all kinds of wacky, fun stuff. You know you like wacky, fun stuff. So go online to iCarly.com and see stuff you can't see anywhere else. Only at iCarly.com. So go there. Do it. Seriously.
There might be just a problem with them going to iCarly.com, and see, the problem with that is if they go to iCarly.com, then they're not going to get to hear anything like the stuff they hear on HEW Entertainment Radio. I mean, think about it. I mean, they're not going to hear an interview and stuff like that. Besides the fact the show's just stupid. Oh boy. And this is the part that I love. iCarly.com doesn't have Jonathan Clarke hosting a radio show or updating a website. So you need to stay here on this website. And if you ask me, that sounds like a pretty good plan. You're listening to HEW Entertainment Variety Radio with me, Jonathan Clarke. As if you already didn't know that. I think we're done here with this. I think we're done here with this jingle. They've heard enough. Yep.
When something takes place in the world of professional wrestling, you know where to go. WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. Covering all the latest breaking news daily. Interactive forums where you can chat with thousands of other wrestling fans. Exclusive editorials and audio features by some of today's top wrestling superstars. Exclusive video content, weekly polls, live play-by-play coverage of every WWE and TNA pay-per-view. And now, featuring WrestleZone Radio, live with news, in-depth discussions, debates, and interviews with wrestling's top stars, past and present. When you think wrestling, think WrestleZone. WrestleZone.com.
He considers himself God's gift to wrestling, and millions of his faithful agree. With nearly 4 hours of footage and exclusive commentary and matches, this DVD chronicles Daniel's rise from Chicago's Windy City Wrestling to the Asylum in Nashville, and finally to the top of TNA. TNA Home Video presents Heaven Sent, Hell Bound, the best of Christopher Daniels. Available at most retailers and TNAWrestling.com.
Hey you right there, the one listening to this show. While you're tuning into this broadcast or when you read the news on WrestleZone.com, are you forming opinions of it all? Or do you just agree with everything you see and hear? If you actually have some sort of afterthought, which, by the way, is normal, we want to know what it is. There are thousands of wrestling fans just like you that simply can't hold their thoughts in either, and they let it all out in our interactive forums. You have a voice, so use it. Simply visit forums.WrestleZone.com. Don't just be active, be reactive in the official WrestleZone.com forums. For all the latest in mixed martial arts, be sure to visit WrestleZone's sister site, SureDog.com. Complete with daily news, exclusive video, interviews, live radio broadcast, interactive forums, and the very popular Fight Finder with bios and complete match-by-match histories of your favorite fighters. SureDog is the only place you need when it comes to mixed martial arts. Visit SureDog.com today.
Hi, my name is Adam Nedelman, but I play the Phantom on the radio. I'm here to remind you that, oh, screw that, my book, Mysteries of Wrestling Solved, is available at finer bookstores everywhere. That stupid fake voice, I hate it. I wrote a book along with Sir Adam Kleinberg called Mysteries of Wrestling. It has the questions that you wanted answered. Why does Steve Austin hate Jeff Jarrett? Are referees really blind and stupid and dumb? Who is actually the toughest wrestler in the business outside of the ring? Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kamala. We get down and dirty with insider facts you've never read about anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? It makes a great stocking stuffer. You're too short, you buy 3 of them, you get tall, you just stand on them. Mysteries of Wrestling Solved by ECW Press, written by Sir Adam Kleinberg and Adam the Phantom Nudelman, available everywhere. It's done. The plug is done. I'm done. I didn't sell it well enough. There's naked pictures of China in there. Okay? Thanks.
Available now on DVD. John Triton is on the toughest, most important mission of his life.
They have a hostage. It's my wife.
And with everything on the line,
I gotta do something, and I gotta do it now.
nothing and no one can stop him.
See, I tried to kill this guy twice today.
Now, see the Marine in a whole new way with the unrated version. Get more edge-of-your-seat action, more mind-blowing explosions, more of the Marine. This unrated version features material too hot for theaters, plus special behind-the-scenes features. John Cena is the Marine. Only unrated version. Available now on DVD. Rated version also available.
Every day I train. Thousands of hours of practice.
Injuries can happen at any time.
My kneecap just kind of blew over to the side of my leg.
I've torn the pectoral muscle completely off my shoulder.
I've had surgery.